Okay, today I'm here to talk to you about RPR and Athos, which is a pretty scary combination that I came across. And if you want to ask me questions, please feel free there. Um, for those of you that do not know, RPR can be found at reflexiveperformance.com, and then the Athos product can be found at this website here, www.liveathos.com. And what I'm about to show you are some results and some assessment tools, which is basically what Athos is, and a training guide for any coach, trainer, or rehab specialist. Kristen at Athos put most of these slides together. You can contact her there, and this tools are pretty amazing. And when I say that, Athos is essentially a EMG and sports software that they've tied together to help training, rehab, and be highly useful for immediate feedback. That doesn't have to come from the lab. It can be used in a program. You basically would slip the shorts on and wear them, upper body also, shirt, during training. So just to give you a brief understanding of what I'm talking about, basically here you see you can hook it to your any of your phones, iPads I believe, and also you'll see that the exercises they're doing, it's actually showing you the activation of the muscles here, and this is on a single leg RDL. And it's pretty amazing. You can see as she goes down, this is live feedback, very little delay if any, split seconds. So you can see from that exercise that you can actually consciously look at what's going on the athlete as they're moving, and this actually quantifies loads also, and it will give you, once you quantify it, it'll give you the amount of activity the muscles worked on, and also some amazing things that it does is, honestly, we found that an athlete's awareness becomes greater while they're doing the actual muscle. So you can coach them all the right ways that you want, but until they see these activation levels, they may not be performing the exercise as you intended it as a coach. So this is a pretty amazing tool, and again, highly recommend it for any coach that or trainer or rehab person. So the results that I'm going to show you that we got out of RPR and Athos were pretty amazing. This was on an ACL athlete and returning to train. He's actually training probably 2 months. He got okayed to clear to do everything, and we're 2 months into a hard training protocol. Started triphasic the second time 2 months ago. Training was going well. However, the Athos did show me, the shorts showed me some problems, but the strength levels in each leg were equal. As a coach, my staff, we recognized no problems in this particular athlete. Many exercise revealed there was no issues in the last 2 months. We found what we actually found in this particular athlete was a lack of activation in high velocity movement sprinting up the stadium stairs. And when I say that, Athos actually picked up that problem. So it revealed there was a large hamstring imbalance and activation in the circuit. When I say we run up the steps, we do a few speed development exercises, and then we'd come up and run up the steps again. So what we found was the activation levels were off at a very high level. Now, here's the difference. You saw a 30% imbalance on the left hamstring running up the steps multiple times. So from left to right, there was a 30% imbalance. Okay, now what happened was we went in and implemented RPR for about 10 seconds on the left hamstring. And what we saw the very next repetition, and for multiple ones after that, was that 30% deficit went to within a 1% deficit. Okay, so we completely got rid of the hamstring issue of activation during high-speed velocity running up a stadium stairs. And so with that, you can also, with the same athlete, we're able to find a imbalance on step-ups. And as you can see here, there was a 29% imbalance on the quad of the ACL injury. So what transpired was, with RPR, a short intervention of resetting the quad, we were able to bring that activation within 3% in a few short seconds. Again, that's the benefits of RPR, is not spending months trying to do specialized exercises to get this quad back. We're actually getting it back to the normal firing pattern and resetting it within a matter of seconds. Some amazing things you can take away with RPR and Athos together. With Athos, you can spot potential injuries or issues before they appear and become chronic. So this particular athlete with the quad and the hamstring, he starts the season, he will not be able to sustain high practice loads if that team is in there. So what they were going to do is basically probably get some tendonitis, tendinosis, and various issues. Like I said, RPR can fix these issues before they appear, even in seconds. Sometimes with exercises, it could take weeks and months, maybe days, but I'm talking within set to set of the workout. With these two combinations, we can prevent issues prevent issues months before they appear as injuries. The pretty amazing thing with Athos is, I feel what you have to use this for is you can use it as a screening tool. So you could set standard protocols and assess it and see what's going on. Now this can be done daily, the screening tool, because if an athlete has pain or if there's something not right, if the athlete takes in my case with hockey, a puck off the foot, we know already that the glute quad pattern or recruitment levels will be changed. We're going to hopefully use Athos to reset those patterns and get that athlete back to functioning normal so that another injury doesn't occur. With RPR and Athos, on a daily feedback, getting those loops to your athlete, or getting that the feedback loop on the phone or the iPads to get the rehab correct. You want to get the right patterns with these. That will help you coach your athletes with the level of consciousness. With that being said, Athos creates an awareness of, basically with feedback, biofeedback, to your athlete to make sure that they're doing the exercise the correct way and the way that it was intended. Actually, exercises patterns can change with loads, but the exercise you choose in that rehab protocol for that particular athlete can be modified to make sure that things are done correctly. Okay, and the great thing is with the shorts, you can actually have them do the left leg the exercise to learn what it needs to look like, the healthy one, and then maybe the right leg was injured. Now they have exactly what the patterns need to look like in regards to, and the activation levels in regards to the injured leg. So I think one of the biggest things in the misconceptions that people will have to realize here is that, maybe not misconceptions, just be aware of, when you're programming for sports specificity, you're trying to select the most important exercises for that sport. So then what Athos can help you do is you actually take those exercises, quantify them, and I'll show you a graph. Well, I'll just jump ahead. So here you can take a bunch of, this is one of, let's say, my workouts. And what you can see is that Athos will take all these muscles and build how much each exercise utilize them. So the recruitment levels, and then to make sure you have a well-balanced plan. Now, the way I think that plan needs to go is you pick your most specific exercises, and then you assess them, And then you build your assisted exercises off your weak links. So let's say, for example, I have a peaking program that they're quad dominant workout. That just the way it is. That's the sport. So your peaking needs to have some more posterior chain exercises in it. Well, the one that we found we actually liked was a high speed, high velocity is this double hamstring band. This is an excellent glute and hamstring for peaking exercises to promote speed and velocity. As you can see, it's highly effective. They're kicking on actually for us, it's two of the really thick black bands. So these bands are pretty, I think when they're stretched, it can be 100 to 120 pounds of tension. We have two wrapped on the rack, and we're doing a double leg, high speed, high velocity kick. So with that being said, I think Athos can help you select exercises, okay, for you as a coach on your weak links. I'm not saying every program is going to have some variations that are providing you with dominant exercises, dominant muscles. You don't want to change that because you've selected those off the sport that you have. What you want to change is in your assisteds to better fill in the cracks to make it a balanced program. So with that being said, you can see how hopefully when you and Athos did an amazing job with their software quantifying this, but you add all these things up to make sure that you don't have too many imbalances in your program. I don't believe the programs, if you have a sound program, you're going to create issues, but you know, these kids are exposed to more imbalances in practice than they will ever be in the weight room. So you just may want to quantify what's in practice. So if you know it was a quad dominant practice because a lot of starting and stopping, you now may need to modify your weight room workout with more hamstring and glutes. This is just an example of where I think the future and the possibility of Athos and RPR can reach. Now, here is reflexiveperformance.com is where you find more about RPR. I have plenty of YouTube videos. You could probably search that, and then you can contact Athos. Kristen is her sports scientist, and she can be contacted at the numbers below. I hope she's not mad. I gave her phone number out. So I believe that's everything. I appreciate your time, and have a good day.